Hi everyone, I'm FM Greeno. Welcome along to day 24 of Help Will Come Tomorrow, the survival game set in the Siberian wilderness in 1917, where the victims of a train derailment are hiding out in the woods, trying to avoid detection from the local renegades who actually derailed their train. They've been out here for more than 3 weeks. It's been a very tough last week, with the renegades right on their doorstep, not been able to light the fire, been getting very cold. Not so much to eat. It's been a bit of a difficult one, but hopefully we're getting closer to a position whereby we are able to take out some of the renegades, and that's what we're going to try and do today. Let's get into it. So the guys aren't in the greatest of condition, it has to be said. Last night, Sir Edward Grey and Sergei had to sleep out in the cold. They didn't make it back to camp, so they've come back a little bit fatigued. So Edward Grey is hypothermic, which is a problem. Everyone's hungry. There's a little bit of thirst going on, so we'll take care of that a little bit. The campfire is under snow. Not the greatest problem in the world right now because we can't light it anyway. And then we're obviously going to go out on some expeditions and see if we can take out any more of these terrible renegades who are... Oh, look, there's one up here. They've been drawn up to the last one that we placed the decoy fire in. So that's what we need to do. Take decoy fires out with us. That's why we've been collecting all that lamp oil over time. I think we're getting a grips with how we need to proceed. So, let's try and get Sir Edward Grey's hypothermia down. Now, the only real way I know of to do that, unless we come up here and find something in the medicine section. What do we have here? Cold balm? What does that do? Helping cold people. So we could make that and he can drink that, and he might not get quite so drunk as from just drinking neat vodka. Okay, so let's try that. Let's get Maria up here. We can get a herb. We've got lots of different herbs up here. Golden root, marrow root, that adds a lot of energy. John's wort is a soothing property. Let's try the marrow root, shall we? Maria can come up here and make this cold balm. And we will give that to Sir Edward Grey, and hopefully that's going to sort him out a little bit. So, where do we find that? Is that in our food things here? Yeah, so a moderate decrease in frost. So, take that. Okay, so that has brought him down just to freezing rather than hypothermic. So that's something at least. There's nothing else we really need to do around here in terms of upgrading anything at the moment. It wouldn't be a bad idea at some point to try and make some more warm clothing. I think that would come in very handy, certainly for Dimitri here. But I think right now we're going to try and give out a little bit of food. So there's some big hunger in everyone apart from Sergei. So maybe it's time to give out some meat again, because this is going to go off. Unfortunately, it's likely to give people indigestion, but it's a risk we have to take. It seems to be going okay so far. Okay, nobody got indigestion from that. That's perfect. And Sergei is not as hungry as the others. How hungry is he, in fact? 42. That's still quite high. So let's give him that. Now, is anyone... So she's got hunger of 19. Just 11 there. 11 there. So maybe... I mean, I want to use this mushroom up before it goes off. Okay, so that's done. A little bit of water needed, so Dimitri's okay, but everybody else would like a drink. Oh, Dimitri's got himself indigestion here. So we can give him some vodka, and that will cure that, and it's cured his thirst as well. So that's good, saves a little bit of water, so we can just give some to Sir Edward, give some to Maria. She's still blooming thirsty. She's always thirsty, this girl. But it's not too bad. Okay, so I think the first thing we want to do is to go and do battle with these renegades. Now, who's best placed to do this? I think probably these two wily old foxes. Yeah, I think I'm going to send those two up there. So, we are going to send an expedition with these two guys. We are going to take the rifle and some bullets with us, that's for sure. So Edward will handle those. Shall we take another decoy fire with us? Because we might be able to use that on the next square while we're up in that sort of neck of the woods. What else can we take with us that's useful at this point? Maybe the knife, and then snowshoes and a torch. Take as many different bits and bobs as we can, because we're not out really collecting. We might have to collect some stuff because we are getting a bit low on food, but for now it's not the top priority. Getting up here and dealing with these rebels is. So we'll come up here. In fact, we will search while we're here. Don't lose any action points, boys. Nothing there. Okay. I was hoping we might pick some berries up or something, but unfortunately was not to be. Oh, what's here? This is about setting a decoy fire, isn't it? So maybe another time, because we've only got one with us. So we'll come up here. And we're going to go to this square where the renegades are and see if we can cause this avalanche. So it worked. The palisade and the roofing caught the renegades' attention for a longer while. There's 3 of them. A well-built bearded man whom you saw during the train crash, and 2 small Manchurians, seemingly following the Russians' orders. One of them sneaks up to the campsite, and determining no one's there, he gives a signal to the bearded man. The other Kunkuj begins ascending the opposite slope, probably to survey the situation from the top. If you cause the avalanche at this moment, it'll threaten only one of the thugs. So do we cause it, or do we wait for another of them? Just wait then. Unfortunately, you don't understand the language used by the thugs, but you get a feeling the Kunkuji are not all that crazy about working with the Russian. It's probably a temporary alliance to which the Manchurians, not used to the hardships of the Tiger, were simply forced. Still, you have no desire to find out whether your theory is correct. In the current situation, you have to assume that they too pose a deadly threat. After a short argument, the Kunkuj who climbed the opposite slope comes down from it and joins his kinsman investigating the palisade. They both are shouting something to the Russian, but he has no intention of coming closer to the camp. Holding his rifle ready, he's surveying the area, spitting angrily with dark tobacco, until he finally whistles at the chinks to get out of there. Yeah, this isn't always very politically correct. Apologies for that. This is your last chance. You push the snowdrift, but the pile moved just a few meters before disappearing into the fresh fluff. Angry, you push more, but with an equally miserable result. It might be a time to yell, you utter underneath your breaths, but that will catch the attention of the renegades. If the snow doesn't slide off, you'll be done for. Maybe you should abandon the plan and wait for the thugs to leave. Suddenly, you hear a growing murmur. Ha! The snow you've pushed before disturbed the snowcap, and the unstable construction started sliding down the slope, quickly gaining mass and momentum. The bearded man immediately realises the risk and darts between the trees, not bothering to warn his companions. Oh, nice bloke. Unfortunately, the fluff stirred up made it impossible to see what he did next. The avalanche covers the decoy campsite, and next snow slides follow it from the higher parts of the slope. The situation is becoming dangerous to you as well. You retreat south, but you can still hear the roar of the snowslide for quite some time. You're not sure whether the Russian and the other Kunkuj were lucky enough to survive, but at least you managed to bury one of the thugs. Okay, well that's progress. We managed to get... Oh, it's gone up to 5, so we probably did kill 2. Okay, that's good. So, this is where we're going to try the next decoy fire. You see, this is what we needed to do all along. So you've reached a place where you've prepared a surprise for the bandits. The trap scene's intact. There are no human tracks in the area, nor has any animal damaged anything. It could be worth it to light the decoy in the area to lure 1 or 2 renegades. Exactly what we need to do. So you quickly choose a place suitable for the decoy and light it. The construction should burn for a few hours, so it will be visible long after dark. You hope it will attract the thugs. There we go. That is what we needed to do all along. Okay, so maybe... I mean, we don't have another decoy fire ourselves right now, but maybe we could go back to the camp and get another one and make our way up to this second area. That's something to think about, isn't it? Well, let's return to the camp now. We haven't picked up anything along the way. I'm a little bit worried about our food and drink situation. I mean, we've got all these things like moss and beans and stuff, though, so if push comes to shove, we're probably all right for a couple of days. We've got a little bit of meat here. We can skin this hare. And we got bugs and stuff, so I think we're probably okay. So, they've only got one action point each left, these two guys. So, is it worth us sending Sergei and Maria out on a similar kind of mission? I think it is, you know. So, let's try it. And we'll try and get up into this area, the bark beetles area. It's a bit of a circuitous route. Unless we head over this direction and light one there. I mean, they're not that close, are they? So I think coming up this way is probably the smarter move. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So, come on, guys. We're going to find you another decoy bonfire. Maria, you can take care of that. We are going to take the gun and some bullets just in case. You can take the torch. You can take the snowshoes. I think that's probably all we really need, isn't it? Okay. Off we go then, boys and girls. Just make our way around. Yes, we know there's a place to make a fire here. Maybe another time. We want to put it somewhere else. Thank you. Is it worth searching here while we're here, by the way? Might be, mightn't it? A bit more lamp oil, that's all. Well, that's useful for making the fires, I suppose, so... If we come here, we can set the other decoy fire. So we'll do that. Okay, so that should hopefully lure all of these guys into that area for tomorrow. And we might be able to take a bunch of them out all in one go. Worth searching here while we're here. You never know, might find something useful. Some mushrooms, that's something at least, some branches. Okay, and get back to the camp sharpish. Okay, so we've set the decoy fires in 2 areas now where there are 4 bunches of renegades around them. So I think that is going to come in really helpful tomorrow. So let me think what else we can do around the camp now. Maybe we should think about making another couple of decoy fires. Maybe we should filter some more water. Maybe we... Well, actually, we probably can't even do that, can we? Until we remove the snowbank. So, Maria, come and take the snow away from there. Very helpful. And we'll get Sir Edward to come over here and make another decoy fire. Using some of this lamp oil. There we go. He's getting a fine beard. 3 weeks out in the wilderness. Looking pretty good there. Pretty hipster. Okay, and... we can get him to do some more water. Unless, I mean, there's no more tools or anything that we really need right now, I don't think, is there? I mean, there's no point us making more arrows to go with the bow, because we now have pistols and rifles and the like. I think probably just filtering some water is the best thing that he can do right now. There we go. Right. So that's everyone used all their action points for today. We do need to get some rest into Sir Edward and Sergei. Who else is tired? Oh, he's not tired at all, is he? Maria not really either, but we may as well get one of them to rest as well. No harm in doing so. So these two guys... Oh, hang on. Put the rest on there. And we'll send Maria in there. Actually, it might have been a better idea to have sent Dimitri in there, because it might have helped with his cold if I'd thought about that. But there we are, too late now. So we've reached the end of the day. Time to get into the night time and see what conversations are to be had. My dear, we are not good at hunting. Take a seat comfortably, and I'll give you some tips. So Edward is excited about the good opportunity to recall his talents and begins to draw different patterns on the snow. Believe it or not, we can even meet a tiger in this area. It's best to shoot this beast from the top of an elephant, where even Shere Khan would not be able to jump. When the beaters flush the beast out of the grass, the mahouts stretch the swings with the fladgery to properly guide. Mr. Edward, where do we get elephants, fladgery and beaters in the tiger? You will talk when I finish my thought, replies the Englishman, pretending to be growling. He continues his lecture, and you barely suppress laughter, listening to other ideas. Fishing with dynamite, looking for a fox from a balloon gondola, or laying traps with links leading to a shotgun trigger. Admittedly, a funny storyteller Edward Grey is. I'm not quite sure what the point of that was, but got a bit of heavy snow going on here. It's not so good, especially not with the fire lit. So, what shall we try here? What's going on with Dimitri's leg? Doesn't seem to have a problem with his leg. So, Dimitri, I see you're limping. Show me the foot. I'm fine. If I eat my fill, then the step will even out. Did you freeze your toes or rip your tendons? Let me help you. Take care of more serious matters. Let's not waste time. It's impossible to work with that man. Things are getting a bit tetchy, aren't they? Dimitri, please, we must look after each other. If something happens to you, we might not make it. Okay, so let's try let me see the leg. To hell with it. Take a look. Like what you see? Not good. If we don't do something about it, you'll lose your foot. That's obviously that old injury come back. Idle chatter. Listen, we may not like each other, but you are useful. You won't be without the leg. In the morning, we must make sure that no infection or necrosis gets in. If that doesn't work, we'll have to cut it off. No way, I've been through worse. As long as the foot is not blue, the body can heal itself. My body obeys my orders. Terrifying, but admirable. Okay, so it seems that leg injury he had right at the start of the game seems to be causing him a bit of jip. Looks like we might have to sort that one out. Okay, and how about not a step back? I don't know if we can make it as a team. Maybe we should split up. 3.5 weeks in. Okay. No, it's like desertion. I mean, we're like a military unit, and any flouting of discipline will be considered by the enemy as a weakness. You're not a unit. How many times do we have to say that, Lieutenant? Captain! Uh-oh. So what have we got here? Captain, please don't get carried away, or it was on the train where you were the captain. Oh, let's try that one. It was on the train where you were the captain in a uniform and under arms. You have been downgraded to the role of a fugitive. We didn't like that. I'm not saying not to frighten or torment anyone. I just know how defeatism works. General Kornilov ordered us to shoot anyone who tried to escape. Not by ill will, but to save the army. Doubt is like gangrene. Yes, we understand you, Captain. Okay, so he's trying to assert his military position, I guess. But we got through another day. Let's see how everyone is at the end of the day. Hopefully the morale is all still good. Hopefully we have enough action points and nobody's freezing to death just yet. Let's have a little look. Yeah, we're not in too bad shape by the looks of it. A little bit of cold, a little bit of fatigue, but everyone's got their action points for the morning. Anything horrible happen in the camp overnight? No, it did not. We still have the blooming renegades nearby though, so we can't light the fire. Oh dear, oh dear. It's not easy, this, is it? Not easy at all. Well, anyway, that's the end of another day. I think it was a pretty eventful one. Hopefully, tomorrow, or day 25, is going to be the day we take out a bunch more of the renegades. We caught a couple today with the Avalanche, but some more traps have been set, and hopefully we're going to be able to go and action them. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, like I say. If you did, drop a like on there for me. And if you've got any comments about this episode or the series as a whole so far, I would love to see them below. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, come and hop on the Greeno bus. There is plenty of room for you all. It just remains me to thank you for watching, and we will be back soon for day 25 of Help Will Come Tomorrow. Bye for now.